Well, I said in previous videos I was not going to watch The Acolyte until all episodes were released. However, I just couldn't help myself, so I watched the first 3 episodes, and my God, such a time suck. There's 2 people I blame for this. Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni. How could both of you green light this project? This project is not Star Wars. This is not Star Wars. This is a steaming pile of crap. It's slow moving. Fight scenes are god awful. And what's with the witches? Huh? Episode 3, what's with the witches? They basically rewrote Anakin. Remember the Immaculate Conception? In episode 1, The Phantom Menace? There's some theories about how Anakin was conceived and born. This is just episode 3, which is the backstory of the girls, May and Osha. And their 2 moms, one of which says, I carried the girls. And the leader of the witches, the mom says, well, I conceived them. What? Oh, and by the way, the Force, the Force, it's not the Force, it's a thread. It's a thread. It operates different than the Force. I mean, oh. So let's just go through a few articles here. Den of Geek. The Acolyte delivers a heartbreaking 3rd episode that is easily the show's best thus far. Bernard Boo. No. He goes into his article here praising episode 3. The tension between Mother Kirill and Mother Anisha. The standoff between the Jedi and the Witches' Coven. The tension. Osha deciding she wants to be a Jedi. And May not wanting her to go. And we get the fiery climax where May basically kills everyone. And he writes here at the end of the article, The Acolyte's 3rd episode is the best so far, and it's actually so good it makes the previous 2 worth watching again. Ugh. Aside from the issue, the scenes between the twins, coming off a little forced and inconsistent, the show seems to be locking in a big way now. No, it's not. Let's go to the comments. I'm sorry, but did we watch the same thing? This was the worst thing I've seen since Obi-Wan Kenobi. To say it was cringe would be giving it a compliment. Yeah. I'm not convinced by this. It's fine. I'm happy for the Star Wars universe to be expanded. I've said elsewhere, the old expanded universe told stories in different parts of the galaxy at different times and different characters. Some of these were really good, others not so much. They were guilty of many of the same things that the Disney-owned era Star Wars is often accused of being. So far, while expanding the Star Wars galaxy on screen has similar highs and lows, this particular story just isn't that interesting. Yet. I'm fully caught up with the first 3 episodes as I am, and I will leave it at that. Each episode has got progressively worse than the one was just and this one was just laughably bad. Oh, well, at least Andor Season 2 will be coming sometime soonish. On Cosmic Book News, Matt McGloin. The Acolyte Episode 3 review, boring, drawn out, nonsensical garbage. Yes, this episode shits all over George Lucas and Star Wars. Yeah, it does. First line out of the gate. Yes, it does. And the entire episode was backstory. Did we really need the entire 40-minute episode being backstory? We could have done with just a quick flashback or a couple flashbacks here and there. The series is almost halfway over. This was episode 3. And he writes in here, so in the first 2 episodes, May wants revenge on the 4 Jedi. Why? Well, I had thought they killed her family and village, which is what was insinuated. Makes sense. As that is why that 1 Jedi committed suicide. Right? Which doesn't make sense, but let's pretend for the sake of the show. The 4 Jedi must have done something terribly wrong. An atrocity. Guess what? They undid all that in episode 3. And that's supposed to be a plot twist. May wants these 4 Jedi dead. She's killed 2 because of something the Jedi did. I know what you did. You know what you did. But then they turn around in episode 3 and undo it all. Why? This episode 3 was useless. It was a waste of time. I mean, let's go to this article by Eric Kane in Forbes. One of the most disappointing Star Wars episodes ever made. He's not wrong. Oh yeah, he goes, May, the Jedi are bad. Osha, the Jedi are good. Wow. Later, the same 2 characters, the twin protagonist and antagonist of the story, as children in this flashback episode, say to one another, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What have y'all done? What have you done, Dave Filoni? What have you done, Kathleen Kennedy? IGN says this episode offers up a lot of tantalizing new layers of how to perceive both the Jedi and the Force. Okay. He points out here the motivation of May, who wants revenge on the Jedi, but is actually the one responsible for killing everybody. That is if everybody's actually dead. After all, both twins thought the other one was dead. It seems likely none of the witches have died at all. Even if she didn't burn everyone to death, she certainly started a fire that she certainly must have killed Osha at the very least. And the Jedi in episode 2, well, he drinks the poison and kills himself over this. The witches chant, lame. I mean, and then we have from Bounding into Comics, the Acolyte makes massive retcon to Star Wars lore, reveals lesbian space witches created life from the Force long before Darth Plagueis, or Plagiaris, or however you pronounce his name. Again, they're undoing what's already been done by George Lucas. Or they're doing what George Lucas did, but putting their own twist to it. So how were the twins conceived in The Acolyte then? Paul Tassi. Paul Tassi liked this episode, by the way. I kind of browsed this article, and he's down here at the end. He says, I'm hooked now and I want to see more. Great episode, even if some vehemently disagree. So he gets into this article here about how the girls were conceived. And he goes into the whole Anakin Skywalker theory of how Anakin was conceived, you know, right before the Phantom Menace, or how Anakin was created. So this, again, this abomination that is supposed to be Star Wars isn't really Star Wars. This is a steaming pile of crap. So what do you guys think about this? Comment down below. Yeah, I've got to finish it. I mean, I watched the first 3 episodes. I said I wasn't going to do it. I did it. Now I have to see the last 5 episodes just because, well, because. So tell me what you guys think about this. Comment down below. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Share this video out there with your friends and family. And with that, I will see you later.